Barkerville, British Columbia, one of Canada's most famous gold rush towns. It all started in 1862, during the height of the Cariboo gold rush. A man named Billy Barker struck gold here, digging up a fortune from Williams Creek. His discovery sparked a frenzy. Thousands of miners flooded the area, hoping to strike it rich. What began as a rugged mining camp quickly turned into a bustling town. By 1865, Barkerville was the largest town north of San Francisco and west of Chicago. It had everything: saloons, hotels, stores, and even a theater. People from all over the world came here. Chinese immigrants played a crucial role, not only as miners, but also as merchants and laborers. Their hard work helped Barkerville thrive. Judge Matthew Begbie, known as the Hanging Judge, presided over the region, ensuring law and order in a sometimes chaotic community. But Barkerville wasn't just about gold and justice. It became a cultural hub. Residents, like the Kelly family, built schools, churches, and businesses, creating a sense of permanence in a town that revolved around a fleeting resource. But disaster struck in 1868, when a fire destroyed much of Barkerville. But the townspeople rebuilt it, bigger and better. That resilience kept the town alive, even as the gold rush began to fade. And today, Barkerville stands as a living history museum. Its carefully preserved buildings and exhibits take visitors back to the gold rush era. It's a tribute to the pioneers, miners, and dreamers who shaped British Columbia's history. And for the next 3 nights, our haunted heritage will seek the spirits of yore with the help of history. Tonight, our haunted heritage investigates the Kelly House. Let's hear from a Barkerville historian that will help guide the investigation.
Yeah, so the house was owned by Walter Kelly. The Kellys ran there's the Kelly General Store. In the 1930s, Lottie Kelly prior to the 1930s, I think, her husband passed away, so she remarried a man named Malcolm McKinnon. And so sort of everything became the McKinnon Store, McKinnon General Store and whatnot. And the Kellys they've been here since the beginning. 1865, Andrew Kelly came to Barkerville. I believe Walter Kelly's his grandson. And, they were here all through the beginning of Barkerville to what you could say is the end in 1958. Walter Kelly sold, I can't say I'm certain, 1958, but in the early years of the park, Walter Kelly sold that house to the government. And I believe he lived in it up until that point. And then I'm not actually sure what happened to him after, if they moved to Wells or whatnot, but he built the house in 34, lived into it until 58, 59, somewhere in there when they sold it. They ended up selling, the Kelly family together, I think, sold 30-some buildings to the government.
Holy.
Wow. Yeah, the Kellys owned most, I can't say most of the town, but a very large amount of the buildings in town were owned by the Kellys. Walter Kelly, I guess you could say, assisted the government in establishing the park. He worked for the Barkerville Housing Committee, which was part of removing residents of the town. So it's now the parking lot used to be about 50 buildings, and then 25 of them were moved up to New Barkerville in 61. So he was in charge of that project.
When happened?
So in the early 1950s, a bunch of residents in town realized the historical value of preserving a place like this. Fred Leddett in particular, every year a building would come down and slowly the town was falling apart. A town that used to have 1,000-some people in the 30s going down to around 1958, there were 100 people in town. And so a lot of abandoned buildings, vacancies, whatnot. And they started... there was a few private museums. The Kellys operated a private museum in the Barkerville Hotel in the mid-1950s. And then they started getting attention of provincial government, and it sort of became a centennial project. Coming up in 1958 would be the 100 years of British Columbia. So government took an interest, and that's when the government started buying out properties in the park, and the Kellys were one of the first people to sell off most of their properties to the government.
Here's what they don't know about the activity that's happened up here. Most of it has been upstairs, in the upstairs bedroom, Mike's bedroom. And it's usually, a lot of feelings of being watched or being kind of loomed over. It's also been reported that the entity, once it's seen, looks to be around 5'5" to 5'7", and stocky. And it's also been reported that there's imprints on the bed when it sits down in a particular spot. And the bedroom door caused a little bit of a stir last year. The bedroom door was closed, and it has an individual lock. And it was locked, and you can only lock it from the inside. That's what I know. That's what you know. That's what they don't. I'm gonna go back in there.
Well, what happened? We're just setting up.
We're just setting up the SLS. I was literally going to get this tripod, take the iPhone mount off, put the SLS on it, and go upstairs. When I walked by Anthony, he's walking around with his obvious again. Said my name.
Yeah, as soon as you walk past it. Mike.
Said Mike.
Wow.
Okay, I accidentally hit the button, turned it off. Okay, what happened there?
So Jeff turned the camera off again.
Yep. And the two words came up on the Ovilus: blaze, erase. And we're on the anniversary of Barkerville burning down. There was nothing left. A blaze erased it. And there's only like 10 minutes of the anniversary left.
Wow.
This is great.
Getting that all set.
She's going.
SLS went dead.
The Flex is dead?
SLS.
How is it dead?
Just shut off.
Oh, the headphones aren't working again.
Wish.
Are you a Kelly? Are you a member of the Kelly family?
And the camera just went blurry in front of the bell, but now it's fine. So everything's malfunctioning. The SLS died.
Yep.
It's fine now.
Yep, still running. Every time something seems, there it goes, SLS is out again. Is it timing out because of the...
Never times out, dude.
We're back.
And the bell is malfunctioning.
Yeah.
A little bit, huh?
What the...
Yeah.
I missed my Ovilus.
Avi, say something.
Wow.
In the words of the great ghost hunting pioneer, you wanted us here.
You wanted to be here.
You got us. One thing I've noticed, it'll be good to review the video or get like editor's thoughts, is whenever we mention the Kellys, stuff malfunctions.
Fucking hell.
Well, we got all the evidence we need. We can go home now.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a ghost here.
Wow.
Merle Portal session. Take 1. Audio recording, video recording. Gonna put the candle out.
It's on the right.
It's on the right.
That's on the left. It's on both.
Hold on, I'm just gonna sync the audio. Portal session interrupted by the flux. So we had some lighting issues, and we just restarted our portal session. But we'd had the flux go off both times while we were setting up, and you said you heard footsteps, right, earlier?
Yeah, I thought that was I thought it was my own.
Yeah.
But it didn't sound like it was coming from me.
Okay. So we're rolling now. We're going to keep an eye on this. If we hear anything, we have our gizmos upstairs. Anthony knows. There's somebody here with us? Walter, are you here? Jeff has noise-canceling headphones on, so he will hear everything. Walter? Are any of the Kellys here? Can you touch that on the step again to let us know you're here? Make it go green or red. Did you just come down the stairs? What'd you hear?
I'm hearing footsteps.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Just one light footstep.
Did you just come down the stairs? What'd you hear?
I'm hearing footsteps.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Just one light footstep.
Did you just come down the stairs? What'd you hear?
I'm hearing footsteps.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Just one light footstep. From our right. So, actually coming from the kitchen, to tell you the honest truth.
So if any of the Kellys are here, we invite you to come down to the living room and have a chat with us. I'm Mike. That's Jeff.
I'm Anthony.
You all know Anthony. He's here visiting
I'm a
with
familiar face.
Yep. And Anthony said you guys like to chat. Like, what was that sound?
Don't know.
Did you hear it?
I heard it.
Where'd it come from?
Upstairs.
Of course it did.
Ah.
Speaking of upstairs, before we start our session, we glossed over it upstairs, but something moved my keys.
Yep.
I put my keys either on the nightstand or the shelf, because I'm really weird about keeping things on my bed. But my keys were on the center of the bed when we went upstairs to set up all of our gadgets.
They sure were.
So that kind of set the tone for me because I'm sleeping up there.
Alone.
Alone. Keep your doors unlocked, guys. You might have company from me. But anyhow, so we're going to do a spirit box session. We're going to be mindful for noise around us. Okay. Jeff, if you hear anything upstairs, call it out.
Okay.
If you feel like we need to go somewhere, we'll go.
Mm-hmm.
And see what noises are or what's going on. It's the noise canceling.
Is this AM or FM frequencies?
Go for AM, sorry, FM right now. And we tested earlier, there's no radio coming through up here, especially on FM.
No, FM for sure.
So we're using the SP7 Pro. This one just came out, man. This is pretty cool.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Is there anyone here with us that lived in this house?
How's that light on there?
Jeff, do you need...
Was that close enough for you?
That was the
That's
flux.
on the left side.
That was on the left side. That wasn't me.
Nope.
Are you coming down because you said Anthony's going to talk?
I've got the obvious on.
Okay.
If you talk to me, hold, year. Crescent, pray? Oh,
I'll go. You deal with that. I'll deal with that.
okay.
What did it say?
Crescent, pray, and then
Like pray as in to God, or pray as in I'm hunting you?
praise to God.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut this door. What do you think, boss?
What do I think? I think it's pretty creepy up there. It's weird. I don't like that.
What am I talking about? I got disturb, children,
Yeah.
American, us. And it's thought. Well, that's a new one. So it's coming through slowly, but it's almost like
The candle went out.
the candle went out.
If you're down here with us now, just to confirm for us, could you please light the candle? So what happened was when you guys were over there, the Flux 2 went off.
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I heard the Flux 2, I came and checked it out, and I started recording on my iPhone. And then I heard something shuffle, something large up there shuffle or move.
Okay.
And then I tucked tail and ran, which I shouldn't have done. I should have grabbed the light and went up there. But I came and told you guys, or you heard me yell.
Yeah.
And I missed going up there right away. But yeah, something startled me up there for sure. 100% something.
We might have caught something on the static cam up there.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just the audio of it, that would have been good. Yeah, so, I mean, we're not getting any more of the little, not very many of the little EVP, EMF, I'm sorry, detections on there. So, maybe they need to drain another battery or two.
What I'd like to do with that little heightened, what was going on there, is I would like to go back and listen to my audio recorder.
Copy.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I take the card out, and my Tascam might have bit the bullet. It's system error 50. Please power off. And I've tried powering it off multiple times, and it's not going off, so I'm going to have to pop the battery out.
Again.
So this is big drama, dude.
Yeah.
Lots of drama going on here.
Yeah, you just put those batteries in. You just took them out of plastic. Just.
So I'm going to set that computer up with the audio, and we're going to go to town and see if we can...
Barkerville is a magical place. It's beautiful, the history here. As an archaeologist, I know I've got a lot of work underneath my feet. The Qigong Tong are a Chinese benevolent society that is located here in Barkerville. They're here to help the new Chinese that are coming into the community. They provide them with a hostel type situation, food. They'll help them try to find work, and they may pay loans to these people to help them out, where they'll kind of pay it back through servitude. We're going to help out within the Tong building. We're going to do cutting wood, cooking food, laundry, and general upkeep. If we have an individual who ends up sick or passes away, the Tong are going to come in and they're going to help put them in convalesce, like in the Taiping Peace Room, or they're going to help with burials if they do pass away, and then eventually help them get home so that their souls can rest with their ancestors. The Peace Room was like a hospice or a convalesce place. If you were sick or dying, this is where you're going to go, either until you get better or until you pass away. The goal was always for the Chinese to go home, and if they were able to get the money together before they pass away, they'd be sent home. Otherwise, they'd pass away about 7 to 10 years after their death. We do get representatives from the Tong that are going to come in and disinter the remains, and they're going to box them up so they can send them home to China to their families for proper burial. Well, there's not a lot of women here on the creek. You have about 100 men or more to one woman. So we don't have our family there. The families are not coming with the Chinese miners. And so the concubines are going to provide a little personal comfort.
I like that.
But as well as they are going to help out providing servitude to the people here as well. So doing cooking, laundry, cleaning. But their prime role is going to be a companion. So actually, behind the Peace Room here, I do have an active dig site that we used for several years. And that was a garbage site that was located beside the Lung Duck Tong, which is the Chinese restaurant. So as I would pull up artifacts, we pulled up a lot of food, animal bones, pork primarily. But we also get opium-related items, so parts of pipes, opium bowls. We also find gaming pieces, little glass gaming beads that are for a game called Fantan. I've also pulled out some Qing Dynasty coins, with my oldest coin being associated with the first emperor between 1644 and 1661. This town is always giving us new information. Anytime we have to do any excavating, any work, we do find new things. We had to put in a foundation underneath the Theatre Royal in 2021, which pulled out an extraordinary find. We found a mine shaft located under the building, and we do believe it is a part of the Barker Company's original mining.
Okay. You want us to go up there?
I
have an overwhelming urge to cry.
For real?
For real. And what's going on in my head is I want to go home, but not my home here. This is what I'm feeling. I want to go home, and I'm sad. I want to cry.
Okay.
That's.
Do you want us to stop?
No.
Okay.
It's not me. I'm feeling this, and that's.
The energy is being translated.
Yeah. I'm just standing here, and I'm like, I want to cry, and I don't know why. And then it's like I just want to go home.
Like China.
It's really cold right here.
It's the temperature's dipped quite
Yeah,
significantly.
right here.
Yep.
You're feeling that on
Oh,
your neck?
I'm getting so many shivers.
Do you wish your spirit can go home? Are you trapped here? That's a bad word. I don't like trapped.
你希望你嘅靈魂可以返屋企嗎？你係咪被困喺度？
Do you wish your spirit could return home? Do you feel stuck here? That's a little better than trapped. It's more respectful.
I wonder if the word means the same. Like, some of this stuff's gotta get lost in translation.
100%.
你希望你嘅靈魂可以返屋企？ 你係咪覺得自己被困喺度？
30 minutes, I think. I might have been... No, it's not. Candle turned off.
Yeah.
Huh.
Again.
Yeah.
Cam coming out.
Yep.
So, we've had the camera, we caught the camera going off this time.
What do you mean?
It just turned off.
The camera just turned off.
Is the file corrupted?
When you asked, "Are you recording?" and I said yes, I actually looked down. No, it wasn't.
Huh. So when that stopped,
I don't know
this started?
Yes.
Yes.
What is going on?
So I don't know if we captured those on the Ovilus.
I'm turning my candle back on.
And
I'm going to stop recording for a second, and because I will not stop thinking about the footage.
Yeah.
It's happened here now,
Yeah.
and it happened at the theater.
Yeah.
When we're talking about certain things, making the camera go into its own world and not record certain things. Like Anthony was in this room here. We're talking about the burnt headboard. We don't know why the headboard's burnt in here. He had the candle going. You had Ovilus kicking off. The candle went off.
Yep. And it was this happened when I decided to finally just leave the room.
Yeah.
And hello.
That's behind you.
There's someone in here? So, Don, is there somebody in here? For your reference, that is IR blasters going off, and the only way for that to go off is to somebody
Walking in front.
walk by the IR blaster. 3 feet.
Is that left and right?
Yep. Is there somebody in? Oh my God, it's cold in here.
It's cold everywhere, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Is there somebody in here?
Holy shit.
Feel it. You feel it's just the cold air coming through.
Yeah.
Is there somebody in here with us?
呢度有冇人同我哋一齊？
Now it stopped.
So cold in here though.
So it
Wow. That was like a blast.
there's a blast of cold. That thing kicked
Holy.
off. Now it's done.
個男人而家喺呢間房得唔得？
Can you blow out the candle in this room if you want him to leave?
Oh, okay.
你可唔可以吹熄呢間房嘅蠟燭？
Did you get that?
I got it.
Are
Okay.
you joking?
Nope. Right when you said if you
So
want
they
to leave.
understand English.
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm getting out. I'm respecting the wishes.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of puckering in here because don't want to touch any. Want to be careful.
Yeah.
A lot of puckering. Big pucker place.
Wow. That was good.
That every place we've been in, we've
Chief.
What did I call you before you came up here?
Do you know, kind of like a shutter? The light just went off.
here we are.
Can you take a picture of the back of her neck?
Yeah.
I'll give you a light. Lift your hair.
Where did you feel it?
Just kind of in here.
Can I touch for your? Okay.
Mm.
Just rifling around the archaeologist's neck here.
It's all right.
There's a little bit of red right here,
It's starting to increase.
right here, and here. Is that where you felt it?
Yeah, because it was like a shutter, you know, like that. Like,
Yeah, I think we should get her out.
I've never even seen it do.
2 words beside each other?
No. It's usually supposed to be single words.
And this place would have had a lot of weeping.
Yeah.
Because people passing away, people are sick, their families would come.
Yeah.
I have a really loud ringing in my right ear.
Like deafening?
Yeah.
It makes me really sad, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure this room is used to feeling, but...
It's imprinted in his wood.
We would love to spend some time with you. Hear some of your stories. Are you getting emotional?
Yep. I'm not gonna put anything on there for you.
Well, explain how you're like.
Why are you feeling that?
It's just I mean, like, I don't know the genesis of the feelings, but I mean, being in this room and this saying weeps for me, it puts a sadness onto things, and I mean, I feel a little bit guilty for having some, you know, brevity in here earlier, but it's just, that's really sad, you know, and I'm just sitting in it.
我哋好想同你一齊過啲時間，呢啲係你啲故事。
That was, we would love to spend some time with you and hear your stories. What was winter like in this room?
呢間房嘅冬天係點樣嘅？
Thank you for letting us come chat with you tonight. We wish you well, we wish you peace, and we wish you happiness.
我哋祝你平安，我哋祝你快樂。
They're probably like, what is this thing talking?
There you go. Ba-bam.
We're done.
Good night.
They got that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Did you get that on the camera? Let's, your wish is my command. Let's get out of here,
You grab the
I know,
recorder.
right?
Just south of Barkerville sits Richfield, a ghost town now, but back in 1862, it was a hub for gold miners. Nestled along Williams Creek, this town had it all: saloons, a church, even a courthouse. The Richfield Courthouse, built in 1882, is the oldest surviving courthouse in British Columbia. It stood as a beacon of law and order during the chaotic gold rush. Judge Begbie, the infamous hanging judge, held court here. His reputation? Tough, no nonsense, and quick to enforce justice. But Richfield's prosperity didn't last. By 1918, the courthouse closed as the population dwindled. But the building survived. Restored in 1982, it's now a historic landmark, a reminder of those wild, gold-fueled days. And tonight, our haunted heritage will try to contact the spirits still lingering for justice.
Okay.
So we're hoping to capture maybe communication with Sir Begbie or Judge Bushby.
Yeah. Just because Bushby had spent more time here than Begbie did. Begbie was a circuit. Oh, they were all circuit, but especially Begbie, he had a larger area to go to, and he was always traveling. Mm-hmm. So even though we're connected to him being here, I would be doubtful that he's connected to being here.
Fair. No, that absolutely makes sense. And Begbie was the only certified judge in the time.
Yep.
That was authorized to order hangings.
That's right.
And 2 of those happened within our vicinity.
Suspected to be just over there.
Okay. But yeah, we can hone in on Barry.
Yeah.
Even blessings, just to see if his energy's here, because I'm sure his spirit would have been here during the trial,
Possibly.
and maybe during the hanging, because he's like,
gotcha.
yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Well, and another thing too is that we're naming specific people, but that's only a handful of the people that came through this area, and it wasn't just murder cases.
No, everything.
There's lots of trauma that had happened.
Absolutely. So it could be cool just to do an open mic session.
Sure.
Of if there's any spirits related to the Richfield Courthouse, the history of the properties around here that maybe feel like their story's not being told, we can invite them peacefully and respectfully to come have a conversation with us, because we are here to share their stories.
Yeah.
I think that'd be wicked to do.
That's prudent.
Very prudent.
Yep.
Love a good prudent investigation.
Shh. Rocket. I don't know about rocket, but shh. Here we are talking all loud in the courthouse. My goodness.
Wow.
Inside.
Did it actually just say that?
Strength. Yeah. I don't know where he is, so just so you can see it.
All right, we will leave the door open for you guys, or anyone here, to come in at your leisure. Now what I'm going to do is set up a candle, and when you come in, you can either blow it out or light it. I'm going to put it right by where the jury would sit, or the lawyers would sit. I'm going to put this bell by the entrance with this chair. And if you want me to get our attention, just ring it, and we'll come make sure it's okay for you to get in.
Candle went out.
Candle went out.
Did it?
Yep.
So I'm going to set the Poltertune up at 30 minutes. And if anyone walks by, you know what it sounds like.
I do.
Well, we're getting...
Yeah.
Dude,
Hello.
Dude, somebody just walked in.
Yes, they did.
Can you tell us your name? Come on in, guys.
You said details. Give us the details.
What do you hear, Jeff?
It sounds like low talking.
Probably people talking out there. Come in. Would you like us to back off of the door?
Describe what's happening.
The IR sensor on the Poltertune is going off. We keep inviting spirits that lived in Richfield to come here, and well, here we are. Anthony's favorite device is going off. What do you think, Jeff? You actually had the camera on there.
I've never seen it go off before in my life. And I just heard...
Your voice.
I heard it sound like talking amongst two people, but so quietly. And then that device went off.
So another thing I'd like to try here It's so creepy out here.
For me, another 2-word answer.
Wow. Anyone who's still out here, it's quite dark. So is there anyone that has a lighter, or I'm sorry, a match, that can light my candle for me?
Is it getting...
Or blow it out?
Again, weeps for me.
It said it again?
Yes.
So has it followed us? The only thing I'm thinking, like, is there some sort of reflective...
Nope, it's on the wood.
Okay, what did it say again?
Weeps for me. Again, it said it last night.
But it's not weeps. Not like W-E-A...
W-E-E-P-S. Weeps for me.
The wood is quite dry out there. Could somebody please blow out that candle for me?
You know, one problem we might have with having the door wide open is that if we get a cold blast,
It's gotten considerably colder.
it's automatically debunked.
That candle's out.
Oh, no, it's
Candle's
not.
back on. It had just blown out and gone back on. Okay, wild idea.
Are we going down one of Jeff's conspiracies?
No. But last night we were in the Peace House. when
Yes,
that
we
happened.
were. Yes.
Did we run into the spirit of Mao?
That could be valid.
It could be.
And now we're here because he's still looking for justice.
Pissed. I'd be pissed.
I would be. I
I'd
would
be.
be.
Like maybe he's looking for justice,
I'd be irate.
and that's why he's saying, "Weep for me."
Yeah.
So, what the experiment we have kind of been going on in the background. The Avi's been active. The candle was active. The Polter tune was amazingly active. But we've invited the previous residents, like I said, of Richfield and Barkerville, to come chat with us in their, could be a community hall today. But I'm going to put the Flux 2 down on the back bench there to see if people will sit by it or sit in the row. And we all know what it does. Left, right. IR sensing. Did you like being known as the hanging judge?
It's on both sides.
People sat there. Who's back there?
One of the first things that would have been expected is for the gentlemen to remove their hats. We were wearing the hats the whole time. That's on the left.
It's on the left. Someone come in and sit down and watch the proceedings?
Guilty. And the camera just went on too.
It sure did.
Second, I turn the camera from it.
It's like Bigfoot. So one thing I've noticed about being in Barkerville the last 4 days
It's both sides.
yeah, is that the energy from, I guess we could say, spirits comes in waves.
Absolutely.
And I don't think I've experienced things like that before, Jeff. It's
weird. It's like they take a bit of energy from our gear, and then they have energy to use.
I would just really love someone to close the door because it's really cold in here. Yeah. But I have an experiment for you. Jeff
Okay.
and I talked about this when you went outside for a moment.
That's called conspiracy?
Planning.
Planning.
Conspiracy.
Baiting.
Yeah.
There's this lovely antique armoire, what do we call it?
It is beautiful.
And and when we were in here before we cut for a little bit, this mirror particularly caught my eye. And I know you have a bit of the feels. We've talked about it. And I was thinking maybe you could hold, or Jeff actually mentioned the candle, I think. Or one of you mentioned the candle. Holding the Casper candle, doing basic yes-nos with you staring into the mirror. Anthony, how are you feeling?
Apprehensive. It's because, as you're staring off like this, there's a flicker, there's all sorts of things going on, but you're never quite sure if you see something or if your peripheral vision is playing tricks on you. Because, when it comes to things like this and seeing things, most of the time it's out of the corner of your eye.
I saw you look to your left.
I did.
What did you feel you might have seen?
Movement in the actual courthouse.
Can you tell Anthony your name? What'd you hear, Jeff?
Footsteps.
Like outside?
In the courtroom.
Is there any of the Richfield residents in here? Can you please tell us your name? You're writing? You're writing your name? Can you say your name? Did you just hear a footstep? There again. Again.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody slowly walking up to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about lots.
Yes.
We've had a lot of activity happen here. Like right out of the gate, we had the flux go, we had the poltertune go. You still have the Avi stapled to your hand.
That's the fact.
And I really enjoyed the Richfield technique we did.
The Richfield technique.
With the candle
Yeah.
and the...
Yeah, that was a trip. That was a trip.
Because you were seeing things. You were seeing the movement on your left side.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get back, I'd like to review right away, review a bit of that footage.
I'd love to know whether or not my eyes are playing tricks on me.
But what was really weird during the Richfield technique was the footsteps you and I heard with our naked ears.
That he did.
And I couldn't hear with the microphone.
Mr. Cans on his head didn't
Well,
hear.
how many did we hear altogether? 4 or 5?
4 or 5.
I heard the last one.
But it was like...
Not a sound. Not a sound. You guys were both reacting. I didn't hear a thing until the last one. And then it stopped.
Yeah. We've covered a lot of ground. All of our gear's gone silent. My wish list was for someone to shut the door here. Hasn't happened yet, but we still have to pack up. But I think we should call it a night. We've covered a lot of historical ground.
Yeah.
We got a lot of ghostly activities.